Welcome to Mr. Magazine, the channel where every public moment becomes narrative art. If you enjoy thoughtful coverage of celebrity life, please subscribe, press the like button, and consider joining our membership to support in-depth reports. Now, a portrait has emerged that stitched together curiosity, tenderness, and collective expectation, and Afra Saraçoğlu, with a single photograph, has once again captured the public's imagination. In an image that arrived like a whispered proclamation across social networks, the actress presented herself holding a bridal bouquet whose simplicity was its eloquence. The flowers were arranged without ostentation, composed of soft-hued blooms and slender foliage that suggested restraint rather than spectacle. Yet in that restrained arrangement lay something more than floral taste, a deliberate intimacy, as though the image were meant to be seen by admirers and confidants alike rather than staged for headlines. Afra's expression, an intimate mix of contained joy and vulnerable serenity, lent the photograph an emotional gravity that immediately diverged from routine celebrity updates. It read as a private moment peeled gently into public light. The accompanying text, a short line that hinted at culmination rather than commencement, sent ripples through her followers' timelines. Within moments, the post accumulated thousands of reactions, heart emojis, and messages that oscillated between congratulation and conjecture. Platforms that habitually trade in instant commentary, comment threads, story replies, and fan forums, became arenas of speculation. Followers attempted to decode the bouquet's symbolism, to glean from its flowers a clue to the ceremony's scale. Others scrutinized the lighting and framing, wondering whether the image was shot in a private residence, a floral atelier, or a stylistically curated studio. In every thread, one sentiment persisted, the sense that Afra had shared not a promotional still but a personal punctuation mark in the story of her life. It is worth considering the way modern celebrity communicates intimacy. Where once announcements traveled through formal statements or carefully placed exclusive interviews, today's icons have the ability, and sometimes the appetite, to speak directly through images, granting fans an impression of participation. Afra's photograph functioned within that economy of intimacy. It felt like an invitation to witness rather than a demand to know. The result was a surge of affection that read less like parasitism and more like collective celebration. Comments offered warm wishes, memories of scenes from her on-screen work, and affectionate questions about when and where a ceremony might occur. And yet, amid the swirl of attention, there is a deeper implication about celebrity and collective ceremony. When a figure as prominent as Afra shares a fragment of her life, the response becomes less about voyeurism and more about shared narrative construction. Fans do not merely consume the image, they assemble it into a story of hope, continuity, and emotional island hopping. In other words, the bouquet functions as an emblem, not solely of an event, but of an invitation to participate in a hopeful, communal imagination. This is why every petal, every shadow on the photograph, became subject to affectionate analysis. Now, to our readers and viewers, what do you believe this emblematic bouquet truly signals? Is it a curtain being lifted on a wedding that will occur in the near future, or a symbolic gesture, perhaps tied to a creative project or a private vow, meant to mark a transformation in Afra's life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective enriches the story and helps shape the narrative we cover. While you're leaving your impressions, remember to support Mr. Magazine by subscribing, tapping the like button, and, if you want to help us do more long-form reporting, consider clicking Join to become an official channel member. Your engagement makes it possible for us to continue producing thoughtful, deeply written pieces like this one. As anticipation mounts, certain practical questions naturally follow. Will there be a public ceremony? Will Afra choose a high-fashion gown designed specifically for the occasion, or will she favor a discreet, bespoke creation made with close collaborators? The answers to these questions are likely to emerge gradually, if Afra chooses to narrate the progression herself. In the meantime, it is revealing to attend to what she chose to withhold as well as what she revealed. A single bouquet discloses emotion while concealing logistics. It is both a bridge and a veil. The silence around dates, venues, and guests, therefore, becomes meaningful, a deliberate act of boundary setting in an era when every detail invites exposition. Industry insiders, reached through informal channels and fan networks, suggest that more content could follow, a behind-the-scenes glimpse of dress fittings, a carefully staged ceremony preview, or even a sequence of images that chronicles pre-wedding rituals in private settings. But until such materials are presented by Afra herself, rumor remains a creative exercise rather than a factual account. Mr. Magazine will continue to monitor verified updates and bring you accurate, measured reports as events develop. We respect the actress's agency in shaping how and when she shares these milestones, and we will honor that agency by distinguishing between confirmed details and speculation. Before we close, here is a gentle invitation to the Mr. Magazine community. Which Turkish public figures would you like to see featured next on our channel? Which celebrities' life moments would you prefer we cover with the same care and narrative depth? Leave your nominations below. Your suggestions guide our editorial priorities and enable us to tailor content to the audience that sustains us. And once more, if you appreciate the time and attention we devote to stories like this, please subscribe, press like, comment with your theories, and consider joining our membership to receive exclusive content and behind-the-scenes reporting privileges. In the weeks to come, Afra Saraçoğlu's chosen cadence of disclosure will determine the news cycle, whether she opts for gradual revelations or a single, sweeping announcement. Fans and press alike will listen intently. Until then, the bouquet remains an eloquent fragment, a floral punctuation that both celebrates and conceals, invites and preserves. It is the kind of image that asks for witness rather than permission, and for that reason, it has become a shared, living moment among viewers who find in it both a narrative and a benediction. Thank you for reading this in-depth account brought to you by Mr. Magazine. If this narration resonated with you, show your support now by subscribing and clicking the join button to empower our future coverage. Don't forget to like and comment, tell us your thoughts on Afra's bouquet, your guesses about the coming days, and which celebrities you want spotlighted next. This is Mr. Magazine, where quiet gestures become public stories, and every reader is invited to participate in the conversation.